citizens engage Parliament as they are appraised to parliamentary business that affects the day-to-day lives. Representative democracy benefits from informed citizens who understand how the political system works. As Mzalendo, we are also committed to developing civic tech tools, and the old one is a searchable Hansard that enables citizens to follow discussions in Parliament. It also enables us to measure the performance of individual parliamentarians in Parliament. We have also developed Dokeza and a short message platform called Bonga na Mzalendo, which helps us to crowdsource public input during in legislative processes. Recently, last week, we unveiled a very ambitious platform called the Promise Tracker. The Promise Tracker will help us track the implementation of promises that were made in the Kenya Kwanza's manifesto. So you can follow the Promise Tracker. The theme of this year's moot on transparency and accountability is particularly apt at a time where parliamentary democracy is on the decline due to public distrust and shrinking civic spaces for public debate and participation. Building public knowledge on these issues cannot be done in isolation, but rather in concert with other like-minded partners, such as the media and other civil society partners, strengthening collaborations between media and civil society organizations is necessary for stronger citizen engagement. We are therefore elated once again this year, as it provides a platform to further spur youth public participation, conversations, and fresh ways to engage the youth. It is therefore also my hope that the dialogue during the conference results in meaningful and fruitful engagement on transparency and accountability in public debt management by the relevant stakeholders. Finally, I would like to thank you and wish the moot teams all the best in their participation. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for partnering with us in enlarging the civic space. Yes, a university is also a place of debate, should be a place of debate. And I will definitely embark on the Promise Tracker. And now I would like to invite Mr. Daniel Dirangu, who is the country director of the Institute for Public Finance. We will engage later virtually.
Mr. Wasonga, may I welcome you to give your
Thank you very much. Representatives of the Supreme Office of the Attorney General, the Commissioner of Access to Information, Commissioner Lucy, Vice Chancellor Professor Wanyama, Chief Guests, esteemed participants of the All Kenya Moot Court competition, and with all due respect to standing protocol, good morning. I'm honored today to address you on the critical importance of freedom of expression and information, especially in the context of socioeconomic justice and the protection of human rights. As I've been introduced, my name is Sarah Wesonga. I work with an institution called Article 19. And Article 19 is an international human rights organization that works for a world where people everywhere can freely be able to express themselves and actively engage in public life without fear of discrimination. At Article 19, we work on two interlocking freedoms that set the foundation for all our work, and that is the freedom to speak and the freedom to know. The freedom to speak concerns everyone's right to express and disseminate opinions, ideas, and information through any means, as well as disagree and question power holders. An initiative is like this mutation that we've been able to attend today. And on the freedom to know, we work with the right to demand and receive information from power holders to uphold transparency, good governance, and sustainable development. Please allow me to say that the importance of freedom of expression and information cannot be overstated, particularly in line with today's theme, which is in the context of socioeconomic justice. Without these fundamental rights, we risk creating a society that lacks transparency and accountability, and those in power are able to act with impunity, and the vulnerable members of society remain suffering in silence. We believe that when citizens have access to accurate and timely information, they are better equipped to hold their leaders accountable and make informed decisions about their lives. And this is particularly important in the context of socioeconomic justice, where access to information can be the difference between poverty and prosperity, sickness and health, and between life and death. Article 19 has been instrumental in providing technical support, training, and legal assistance to journalists, activists, as well as civil society organizations and governments in East Africa and other countries globally where we work. We've also been actively engaged in promoting legislative and policy reforms that enhance access to information and protect freedom of expression. In the case of Kenya, we've worked hand in hand and very closely with the Commission on Administrative Justice to help facilitate the implementation of the Access to Information Act, both by duty bearers and rights holders. We've also worked with them to innovate, safeguard, and enhance various initiatives that promote transparency and accountability, including through the ownership platform, which I believe the Commissioner will be able to elaborate later on. In the same vein, we've also worked closely with the CAJ and the Kenya School of Government to develop an access to information curriculum. And so this curriculum is currently being used to train public officers on their obligations to facilitate the access to information rights, as well as sensitizing various stakeholders, both at the national and the sub-national level, that is the county level, to advocate for better transparency, accountability, and hold those in power into account and ensure the voices of marginalized communities are being heard. Allow me to please acknowledge that Kenya has made significant progress in recognizing and protecting freedom of expression and information. We have a very transformative constitution that guarantees the rights these rights, and our courts have consistently upheld them as essential components of democracy. However, we do note that there are still numerous challenges to overcome, such as the issues of shrinking civic space, harassment of journalists and human rights defenders with impunity, a culture of secrecy and opaqueness, and the lack of access to information, especially for marginalized community. And so, today here, as participants of the All-Kenya-Moot Court competition, we have a unique opportunity to explore these critical issues and propose innovative solutions to address them. I urge you to seize this opportunity and use your knowledge and skills to advance the cause of justice and accountability in Kenya. As we continue with the discussions on socioeconomic justice, please let us always remember that the critical role these rights play in creating a just and equitable society for all Kenya. In conclusion, allow me to thank the Kenyatta University School of Law, the organizing committee of the All-Kenya-Moot Court competition, the Commission of Administrative Justice, who insisted that we should be part of this initiative, and all those present, and wish you a meaningful and fruitful deliberations. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, also for emphasizing the importance of the rights to information and the freedom of expression. And I would like, we will be ending the session of brief remarks on a high note. I would like to invite Commissioner Lucy Ndungu from the Office of the Ombudsman. The floor is yours.
Good morning, everyone. I am delighted to be, and this is my second time to participate in Moot Court. And as a commissioner from the Commission on Administrative Justice, we do resonate very well with this theme, more so because the Commission on Administrative Justice is one of the commissions which are set up under Chapter 15 of our Constitution, and all commissions and independent offices are supposed to protect the sovereignty of the people. And you know about Article 1, where power belongs to the people. We are supposed also to ensure that the Bill of Rights, where Article 43 and all the other rights are enshrined, we are supposed to ensure that state organs observe democratic values and principles and we are also supposed to promote constitutionalism. So as an independent commission, I am here stating clearly that the Commission on Administrative Justice is willing and ready to enhance government transparency and accountability in the protection of human rights. How do we do it? As a commission, we are guided by our act, that is the CAJ Act, which deals primarily with maladministration. If you address maladministration, you are also addressing the issue of transparency and accountability in government offices. We also implement access to information, and like Salah said, it is about knowledge. If Kenyans don't know information, if they do not have information, then they are not able to realize all those rights we are talking about, especially Article 43 on socio-economic justice. Further, this act, which is access to information, it is stated clearly that it is the fundamental act which will help us realize all the other rights. Without access to information, you do not know what you don't know. And as the Bible says, knowledge is key. My people perish because of lack of knowledge. That is what, as a commission, we are saying, that access to information must be enhanced. What have we done? We also implement fair administrative action, and in doing so, we do partner with all the other speakers who are here present, and we do have a forum called Open Government Partnership. This Open Government Partnership, where the Muzalendo Osal, Article 19, TI, and all the other civil society insist that as you perform all your duties, all government institutions must be bound by Article 10. All those principles which are enshrined in Article 10 must be transparent, must be seen, must be realized by the people of Kenya. Specifically, as the Commission on Administrative Justice, we do insist that all information held by government at the national level and at the county level must be shared with the citizen who have the power. And this information should be given at the right time, that it should be timely, it should be accurate, and it should be in a way that can be usable to the people of Kenya. We also insist that state should publicize all information which is required by the citizen. Which is this information which should be publicized? Our Section 5 on ATI clearly states that you must, a public institution must proactively disclose information related to their work, related to the function of the institution, related to the promotion of the activities of the institution. They must also disclose how they are protecting their people, how they are also implementing the citizen of Kenya through policies, through procedures, and so forth. We also insist as Commission on Administrative Justice that it is important to educate the people, and we do so through partnership with the civil society who have talked before me, and we also advocate that information sought should be given or should be disclosed. And this one we say that all information should be released to the public unless it is limited. We have Section 9 of our ATI Act which remits the information. And as a commission, I am here to say that we will continue collaborating with you, working with all students who may seek information, including information for knowledge. We are also ready to work with all other institutions which may help us to go out there and educate the vulnerables. I want to say that it has not all been smooth sailing. We do have challenges, and some of the challenges we have encountered is the fact that certain information held by government is not able to be released to the public in the right form. And what we have been advocating in that is that the government information should be digitized. And I think that is happening through the current government. We have also been saying that we need public participation in all areas of government, and we also need feedback on that public participation. And finally, I want to say that we do have other institutions which collaborate with us as we deal with accountability and transparency. And these are the Office of the Controller General, the Auditor General, the Attorney General's Office, and Parliament. All these oversight bodies work hand in hand with us to enhance transparency. I therefore want to close there and wish you a good deliberation, and I wish you a good day. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So our session of brief remarks has come to the end, and now we will have something very different, namely artistic expression. As you know, we are the School of Law, Arts and Social Sciences, and you know, we are in the difficult process of soul searching, finding ourselves. How do we combine all of that, yeah? So for example, in my lecture on EAC law, I asked ChatGPT, you know ChatGPT? Yes. You know, to prepare a short note on the composition of the East African Court of Justice, and it performed really badly, you know. If the East African Court of Justice knew how ChatGPT thinks it is composed, it would be very depressed. But then I asked ChatGPT to write a song about the East African Court of Justice. And the students performed, yeah. They refused to be recorded, unfortunately. They did well, yeah, so. Now, the theater we are going to have, it's going to be a traveling theater, and I was just here been given a Mwakenya saying that the artistic expression will be depicting the various areas of the moot court competition. It's important, yeah? Because, for example, you know, you are complaining about rising food prices, public debt, fuel prices, yeah? So now we will be singing about fuel prices. And, you know, if you sing about something, then you can handle it. So the theater, is theater ready? Yes, so theater, please come.
Thank you so much. We have also appreciated for you hosting us and also allowing our mandate in our office. So, as our office have just regarded it, we are going to be working with you from now onwards. With all the police stations, we are ready to work with you.
Okay.
Yes.
So then, on that note, I think we can go and visit other police posts. We have a number of police posts around here. And it will be good pia ukikutana na maafisa pale mweze kusemezana au vipi?
Okay, thank you. Sure, let's go.
Sawa. So, you know, there are so many things that we need to work on, right?
Okay.
So, one of them is like the issue to do with the incident.
Okay.
Kuwekeni chini. Hizi ni nywele gani hizi? Kwanza hii ni nywele gani hii? Wewe, unafanya nini hapa? Yaani mmekini mpaka mtoto.
Afande.
Anasema sitaki.
Yaani ni peremende.
Fanya hivi afande, wewe usikie kama inaonja peremende.
Hebu tunaona vitu kama ni lollipop kama finipop.
Wewe, hapa.
Sema ni sweet. Sisi tutataka girlfriend yangu. Kwani sweet inaonja chumvi?